Grand Raw Rising, kings and queens. Grab your coffee or your tea and enjoy some sacred healing space for all ages and reflections that are welcomed. No matter if you're at work, watching the kiddos at home, or even driving on the road, Rising with Raw is a beautiful sacred space to learn about the chakras as well as receive our collective card reading for the day. Along with this, we will have beautiful guests and members of the tribe come on to share their gifts, their practices, knowledge, and wisdom as we self-empower and become aware of who we are as we go forth by day.
Walking like an Egyptian, walking like an Egyptian, walking like an Egyptian, walking like an Egyptian. Yeah, she walking like an Egyptian. Walking like an Egyptian, walking like an Egyptian.
Card reading for today. We have water, the overflow, and remember what it takes, the accountability, the responsibility, the actions required to keep yourself clear so that the body that it governs and is connected directly with is the pituitary and the pineal glands, the forehead, the eyes, the nose, and the brain. Knowing how to take a step back from the collective thoughts, knowing how to step back from the mentality of, oh, well, all of these people in the world are doing this, or all of these people in the world are struggling with this, or everybody's not doing this, or everybody isn't capable of doing this. Try to let go of that for a moment and then reel it into self, and step back and start with, okay, where can I start with myself and my life to bring individual change? What's happening, everybody? Grand day. Grand Raw Rising to all of you that are joining me today on this live episode of Rising with Raw. Shout out and big love to my brother Dominic on the Facebook Live. Appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate all of you that are here and that will be here in the future, in the replay, or another time. Got my tea. How many of us are tea drinkers out there? This tea is it's for brain health. I got it at a expo out here in Ohio. And yes, I'm from Ohio for everybody out there. And I was at this expo. It's called Body, Mind, Spirit Expo. It used to be called Victory of Light. And it's a large expo for light workers and practitioners and other conscious individuals to come and share their gifts, to vend and share their practices. And I got this tea from this guy who makes his own herbal teas. And actually, I'll go grab the bag for you guys. I'll let you guys see what the ingredients are like and everything. Okay. So yeah, what we have here is, it's called Elephantal Wellness. And this one is the Brain Health Herbal Tea. So it's a loose leaf brand, and it has ashwagandha root, bacopa leaf, eleuthera root, ginkgo biloba leaf, gotu kola, rosemary, sage leaf, and skullcap. So these are all present in this tea blend that I have that I'm drinking on right now. And it helps with your focus, it helps your memory, it gives you increased attention and mental energy. So really good if you're someone that's creating or you're working all day, things of that nature. Helps you give that brain boost. Then yeah, you guys can always look them up online as well. They're also on social medias, Elephantal Wellness. I always love, shouting out and linking up people with different resources I use when it comes to my health and my wellness and my healing process. As you know, these resources are for all of us to be shared. Give each other opportunity to be a part of things that can change our lives for the better. Save us money, help out our children, our family, our loved ones. These are the things that mean the most to me at my heart. And that's why I do what I do, is, give those opportunities and share the light for each other, for all generations, to be able to be just more aware of options and opportunities that they have at their free will, using their power within. Alright, so yeah, as you guys saw just a moment ago, that was the previous episode of Rising with Ra, the third eye chakra. We went over the third eye chakra, and we also did a third eye chakra clearing. And then we did a little bit of reading out of the Hermetic Principles as well, which was on the law of mentalism, the first principle, that all is mental. So today on this episode of Rising with Ra, we will be going over our chakra of the day, which will be the crown chakra. And then before we dive into our chakra of the day, we will be doing our collective card reading for today. Wholeness, welcome, God is switching the code. And today our reading will be sponsored by Magical Dimensions Oracle Deck. You like that little ad voice? Magical Dimensions Oracle Deck. Fairy cards, elemental, angelic, galactic cards, chakra cards. Gotta love it, you know, it's all that fun stuff. All that fun stuff to be creative and expansive with when it comes to our journey and creativity of spirituality. This is what the back of the cards look like for everybody that wants to see. Driving home over there. Will you drive home safely over there, Angelica? Thank you for tapping in while you're driving as well. I appreciate that support. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but lately I've been feeling really humbled about life. I've been feeling very, very humbled, but also very take no shit mentality at the same time. Just to give the full perspective, you know. Like, yes, I've been feeling very humbled, but at the same time, I've also been in a not taking any shit type of mood as well. Feeling very positive and very firm in just being in my truth and knowing that I am the one that dictates for my own self what's my beliefs and what's my life and what my path is, how I need to do it, who I need to do it with and for. It's all up to me, nobody else. And if you want to support me and me being myself, then thank you. If you don't want to, if you want to try to change me, if you want to try to control me, if you want to try to project your wounds, your traumas, whatever else onto me, then it's going to be addressed and there's going to be boundaries created. And that just is what it is. I'm not messing around my energy field anymore. And I've been very, very nice, very generous to many. And I don't get the same thing reciprocated. And I'm sure this is a message that a lot of us may not have a voice for, or we may have been scared or in fear of speaking this way and standing in this type of authenticity and power. But yeah, you know, I'm just done with it. I'm done with the little silly games. I'm done with the unconscious psychic attacks and, you know, unconscious leeching of energy. I'm good on it. Big theme lately I've been hearing is family. You know, family and what matters most. Be wise about the opinions that you're absorbing from others, especially those that really don't know you. People that just know you over the internet or know you because of one post that you made, trying to give you feedback about your life and how to live, what your intentions are and who you are because they saw one post that you made. People are a trip, man. But I say all this out of love, truly. Out of love of myself, love for all. But, you know, part of life is not being docile all the time. We're full spectrum beings, so we gotta communicate and express ourselves. So that leads us into our card for today, without even thinking about it or knowing, as the universe always does. Of course, our card of the day is empowerment. I mean, what a surprise, right? After what I literally just channeled in my message to you guys. Empowerment. So it says grounded, strength, and stamina. As you can see, you got the beautiful goddess with her angel wings and the sword sitting on the unicorn. It basically represents, fully owning and being in your authenticity, being in your light and shining, cutting through all the BS that's getting projected into your space, cutting those cords of attachment that we're having, whether it's attachments to feeling worthy or feeling of value based off of the outside world or other people's opinions, cutting at those attachments to feeling like we are limited to one person or thing, and that our life will not continue or be any better with or without whatever that is. Cutting and letting go of the attachments of needing to feel like we cannot be with ourselves, or that we can be in our truth, whether that truth means that we're walking a path that feels like solitude or isolation. May we remember that there are periods where we go through isolation, where we go through solitude, and those moments are for us to be able to reflect with ourselves deeply and with our spirit, with our creator, so we can have clarity on what it is that we need and what we need to do for ourselves on our path. How many of us are taking time in the day to do this? How many of us are taking time in the day to reserve time for you in spirit, you and your creator, you and the God that you know of? Are you taking time out of the day for that stillness, that quiet, that connection within? And perhaps think about that. Are we being drug around by the outside world every day? Are we just kind of sitting around waiting for the next thing to entertain ourselves with? The next thing to fill ourselves with as a substance? Next thing to escape with? Or are we actually spending valuable time with ourselves and doing it in a clear mindset? Doing it in stillness, connecting with a higher spirit that we know of. So this message today is a reminder that through these actions of solitude, through these actions of taking accountability, through these actions of being an alchemist of your own self and your reality, and really taking the time to use that solitude to build yourself up, deconstruct anything that you need to deconstruct within your field, you then open up more of those channels, more of those natural energy ways, for your empowerment energy to be able to be present, to be able to bring a strong, firm foundation through your being. Part of empowerment is also spiritual hygiene. Are you clearing your energy field as much as you can when needed? Are you grounding yourself to your human life? Are you activating and opening up your meridians or your energy centers so you can feel connected to the divine light, to higher consciousness? Or are we just waking up, getting out of bed, going on with our day, having no routine, not doing anything to balance, ground, and awaken ourselves? Just all very simple reminders today of ways that we can be in our empowerment energy. And sometimes we think empowerment is about a masculine outward action, but empowerment is both a yin and a yang. It's a masculine and a feminine energy. And number one, if we don't have creative energy or life force energy, which is our feminine energy, if we don't really have any to utilize, to cultivate, to express and create with, then it's going to be very difficult to feel empowered. It's going to feel very difficult to go on with your everyday life, and that will be prone to more illness and disease in our being. So are we doing the self-work? Are we clearing out those memories? Are we clearing out the family generational patterns? Are we clearing out the same toxic behaviors that we have been carrying on for years? If not, these are the things that are causing resistance in your empowerment right now. So then you have the other side of it, the masculine for empowerment. And then yes, this is, taking action, being accountable, being self-disciplined and structure. This other element, the masculine energy, helps with empowerment as well. Because if we set ourselves up through our masculine energy to have a healthy container, to have a focused direction, and a clear channel of willpower to be able to take action with, then that helps complement the feminine energy, the expressive, creative energy, to be able to be expressed and flow through you more fluidly, which then helps awaken your energy centers and give you more higher light and consciousness to work with through your human being. So yes, just keep in mind, empowerment is just not a one-stop shop deal where it's like you do something outside of yourself, now you're empowered. If you want continuous empowerment, the way that I found for myself is to daily build off of structure, routine, a little bit of self-discipline, have practices that are intact, that help keep my energy flowing clear, keep my energy centers balanced and proper, so that I can be in my empowerment naturally. And through that natural empowerment, there's so much more that you can work with. So yeah, last reminder with this reading is just keep in mind of where you're externalizing or where you're latching onto and seeking outside of yourself, when really you are already what you're looking for, and you have all the tools and mechanics of your human being to work with. And there are things that you can do without seeking outside of you to be able to open up your power within. All right. So that's our card for today on Rising with Ra. Empowerment. Grounded, strength, and stamina. Find ways to connect to that earth. Get yourself grounded and anchored metaphysically to the earth grid, the planetary grid, whether it's through your root chakra, earth star, soles of your feet, We're really on a big stage of evolution right now, especially with Uranus going into retrograde. Who's ready for empowerment? Who's ready to empower this collective? I know I am. But I also know that empowerment is not about going full steam ahead. It's not about polarizing ourselves into the extreme, but having patience, being steady, being methodical, being aware and conscious of how we're using our empowerment. What is causing resistance in our empowerment? Staying in tune and staying present and aware of these things in the nitty-gritty details. A lot of times we get a little ahead of ourselves when we hear empowerment or awakening, and we get ungrounded and we get polarized into the extreme. But man, we're on a journey and we got a long road ahead. Steady yourself. The world ain't changing overnight. No matter how many memes you post, how many statuses you make, or how many things you say and do, there's a steady progress taking place. All right. So that's our collective card reading of today from the Magical Dimensions Oracle deck. Empowerment. Welcome, Casey. Good to see you. Alrighty, guys. Now we're going to go ahead and move on into our chakra of the day. Today's chakra of the day is going to be the crown chakra. All right. So the crown chakra is the final of the 7 that we have covered throughout this series in the 2-year anniversary of Rising with Ra. And I just want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of you that have been a part of this 2-year journey of Rising with Ra. I know some of you have been here since the very first episode, the very first beginning of Rising with Ra 2 years ago in August. And wow, I just never would have thought, never would have dreamed that I would be sitting here right now on a professional level production and editing skill and ability of a show consistently online. Like years ago, I would have never really even thought, I would have never even really dreamed of really having a high quality and professional like online show that I produce and edit myself with no help. It's mind-blowing. This really shows you what we're all capable of if we just keep on staying true to ourselves, you know? Keep on staying with your intentions, keep on putting in actions step by step, you know, little or big, and feeding that passion, feeding that vision, and it's continuous. You know, there's nothing to stop. There's nothing to block you from doing what it is that you really want to do. It's just all about intention and action. Are you setting intentions? Are you using your actions? Are you focusing? And if we're not doing those, then it's likely it'll fall off. But I stay consistent, as you guys see in these last 2 years. I haven't taken an extended break or extended period of not doing this. not feeding my passions, not being here for you guys. I stay with it. And yeah, if you need to take a few days, take a few days, but get right back to it and do your thing. And yeah, thank you, Casey. I know you've been here for a lot of the journey. It's really cool. Every season has been an upgrade, and here we are now. But anyway, back to the crown chakra. We have the location at the top of the head. And then the mantra is Om. The good old universal Om. So mantras are simply done like this. You just take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, Oh. Yeah. So what a mantra does is it's an octave or a tone. And when you vibrate and voice that tone, it then starts to attune and recalibrate at that frequency, that energy center that's there. Each of the 7 chakras, as well as some of the other chakras, have these different mantras that connect with it. If you guys want to do this mantra with me, let's do a deep Om together. Take a deep breath in. Oh. Go ahead and take another deep breath and then just release the big old sigh. How was that for everybody? Feel free to put in the comments below. Alright, so traits. Traits of the crown chakra. What it represents. What it entails and brings to our human life. So it resonates at a hertz frequency of 963 hertz. The color that it resonates with is violet, or violet and white. And then the type of properties or characteristics that the crown chakra brings into our human life is it is the synergy of the physical and mental energies. So it is that connective point for your mental energies to then be able to filter and be experienced into your physical human avatar. It's like a lid. It's like the lid to the container. And when we open that lid, it then connects us to the other layers of our aura outside of our physical. Now this is also the main energy center to streamline to the spirit realm or to the higher dimensions, however you like to explain it. This is the portal for receiving our download codes. So this is where we receive direct codes of higher light. And this is also one of the direct centers for having a higher sense of unified peace. So you can also correlate the crown chakra with the violet flame as well. And then you can also connect with a few guides that are carriers of the violet ray, such as Saint Germain. I can't remember correctly, but I believe his partner's name is Portia or Porsche. And then also Archangel Zadkiel. So you can always work with them as well for the crown chakra and violet flame energy. The violet ray is also very powerful for transmutation as well as cellular regeneration of the body. Like if you use UV ray wands, Tesla technology, those UV rays are so high vibrational that it regenerates, stimulates, and uplifts your biological structuring. And your UV ray wands are not that much either. They're very powerful tools. And I can always link you guys in with my boy Golden Sun Orgone, who's got the direct link to buy some. Less than $100. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and move into what overactivations and what blockages can look like in this chakra. And thank you to God Is for sending out the friend invites. Appreciate that. And welcome to all of you guys that are new. So overactivations in the crown chakra. Overactivations can look like having spiritual ego highs. So being self-righteous with our spirituality. Spiritual bypassing. So bypassing our human accountability, our human responsibilities in our life. Yeah, Golden Sun does all the stuff with scalar and orgone, all that stuff. EMF technologies. I'll go ahead and tag him in the comments here. He's really real about his stuff. He studied physics and he puts physics into his creating. There you go, I just went and tagged him for you guys on the Instagram side, Golden Sun Orgone. But continuing on, overactivations in the crown. Where we left off was spiritual bypassing. So this is where we aren't taking responsibility and we're neglecting our human life and the things of our physical world. Just staying floating in the astral, stay floating in the mental planes, but we're just not grounding into our human life. We're not accumulating any finances, we're not building anything, and we're not taking care of our well-being. That type of stuff. So next we have being polarized into light, to where we begin neglecting our shadows. So, this is when we're too far off into those higher realms, to where we start thinking we're separate from the shadows. We start thinking we're separate from darkness. And we start demonizing darkness. We start demonizing our shadows. That is being polarized too far into the light. Now, next we have being overstimulated with energy and download rates. So if our crown is overactivated, we could get a buildup, a lot of tension, and overstimulation of energy and downloads. I'm sure many of us have experienced such a thing. Next, we're going to move into blockages in this energy center chakra. So this can result into having low physical function. The reason why is because our physical function is primarily based off of the foundation of divine light. So if we don't have higher light consciousness flowing through our being, it's going to be very difficult for our physical body to be able to have consciousness flowing through it, to be able to give it commands and guidance and intelligence to do what it does. You can also be in a lot of confusion when you have blockages in the crown. And then lack of connection with source or higher self. So you can feel very separated, very alone, and feel like you have no connection to any type of spiritual energy. So those are overactivations and blocks in the crown. And of course, there's more out there. You know, these are my examples, the things I've come up with, things I've experienced, the things I channeled. There's always more out there that you guys can always come up with or correlate. So foods and herbs. Foods and herbs that you can use to help clear and activate the crown. You have quinoa, purple rice, grapes, coconut, eggplant, purple kale, dragon fruit, raw honey, cloves, and garlic. These are all great for the crown chakra. I would also go ahead and add in there, just like with the third eye, I would go ahead and add lavender as well. Lavender is definitely a great one. All right. So now I will go ahead and show us some crystals that directly connect with the crown chakra. If I can find it. Bum, bum. Aha. Okay. So crystals for the crown chakra. And again, there's more crystals out there, of course. But we have clear quartz. Clear quartz is going to be good for any chakra. It is that one crystal that is adaptable and flexible to any intention or any energy that's put into it. Next we have selenite. Selenite is really good for clearing and purifying. Amethyst. Fluorite. Howlite. Chariot. Lepidolite. And then moonstone. These are all beautiful crystals that you can receive some assistance with for the crown chakra. And you know, you can always look up these individual crystals as well, so you can get the finer details of what they specifically do in relation to your health and well-being. Shamanite. Nice. I don't think I've heard of that one. Shamanite. Doing a head wash with cloves is powerful and can burn, but it's burning due to the good removal of entities and energies. Nice. Thanks for sharing that. Alright, so that's our chakra of the day, the crown chakra. And here in a little bit, we will be doing a crown chakra crystal reiki clearing and activation that I will guide us through. And you guys will be able to do on your own self as I demonstrate. As we'll be using a crown chakra crystal, our beautiful breath, a little bit of violet flame frequency, and then I'll do some affirmations that'll lead us through as well as we do some reiki on our crown chakra. So with that being said, feel free, we're going to take a break for a couple minutes. Feel free to grab some more water. Feel free to use the restroom. Grab your crystals, sage. Get yourself comfortable. Set up your Zen space at home. And get ready to be a part of a beautiful, relaxing and clearing crown chakra reiki activation and clearing. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes and we'll get things flowing. Welcome in, Rose. Yes. Thank you, Goddess. It's an honor to be here, and I'm grateful to share this space and be present. And yeah, hydration check for everybody out there. Make sure you guys are drinking clean water, staying hydrated throughout this day. Welcome back, Ashish. Good to see you, brother. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get ourselves comfortable. Let's get ourselves in position in correct posture to receive and release this meditation Reiki. You're sitting, having your back as straight as you can. Use a pillow, couch, edge of a bed, whatever you may need to support your back. And if you have any physical ailments, just do what you can to the best of your abilities. If you're laying down, having your legs straight and not crossed. You're not blocking the flow of energy. Then checking with the shoulders, making sure our shoulders are relaxed down to the side. And checking in with the fists, making sure we're not balling our fists. Then checking in with the legs, making sure we're not tensing our muscles, flexing our legs. And then lastly, the toes, making sure our toes are not curled but flat on the ground. And then lastly, checking in with the jaw, making sure that we are not clenching our teeth. And before we continue on, go deeper into this meditative space, we're going to go ahead and do one more universal Om mantra for the crown chakra. as requested by God is. We're going to go ahead and do a Om together. If you'd like to, go ahead and take that deep breath in. Now we're going to bring focus to the breath. For this session, we'll be breathing in through the nose. We're going to draw that breath all the way up to the top of the head. Circulate it and exhale out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose. Bring it all the way up to the top of the head. Exhaling out of the mouth. We're not breathing in and then drawing it down the body. We're breathing in, consciously drawing the breath to the top of the head. Exhaling out of the mouth. Continue to focus on this breath pattern throughout the session, as it will bring support to your crown chakra clearing, as well as rebalancing. Now go ahead and take your crystal, and I have a Lemurian quartz here. Go ahead and take it with your left hand, which is your amplifying activation hand. Place it on top of the head in the palm of your hand. Go ahead and take your right hand and place it on top of the left hand and that crystal. Make sure you're relaxing your shoulders as much as you can. Now continue to breathe, circulating that breath up through the crown and out of the mouth. And consciously begin to allow yourself to feel the energy at the top of the head. Feeling the energy naturally flowing through the palms of our hands, which is our reiki energy. Feeling it flowing into the crystal, and the crystal flowing into the chakra, all simultaneously. Bringing beautiful, beautiful divine energies. Relaxing the shoulders, continuing to breathe, breathing into the nose, drawing it up to the crown, breathing out of the mouth. Continuing to breathe. Close your eyes if you would like. Begin to focus inward. And let go of comments, let go of trying to look at me. But just know that you may now focus inward. Continue to breathe into the crown chakra. Connect with these healing energies. Staying with the breath. Breathing out any feelings of loss. Breathing out any feelings of being disconnected. Now we begin to clear the crown chakra, some selenite energy. And we continue to focus on the breath. Begin to let go of any blockages, bring balance to any overactivation to the crown. Ukiyata, Sutiyana, Niyata, Ujiyanata, Yana, Sutu, Yana, Chiyata, Sutu, Yana, Sutu, Kata, Yasuayana, Shua, You are one and one. You are who I am. Son, daughter, I remind you of your connection. I know we have been forgetting and have gone under the veil. It is your free will if you want to continue to think this way. You have an opportunity now, in this moment, with these energies, in this space. Concentrate on self and let go of any resistance, any delusion distorting your current reality of being the I am. As much as you are willing in this moment, you may let go of these responses. So will you in this moment? Will you, through your actions, tell yourself, as I cannot do it for you, that I am letting go of the delusions distorting my highest reality. I am no longer feeding and fueling the thought patterns, the behaviors that exhibit the opposite of who I truly am. I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready to let go of that phase of my life. I am ready to be more in my embodiment of the conscious co-creator that I came here to be. Now, will you remember? Will you remember that I am in the midst of chaos, turmoil, conflict, change, and unprecedented circumstances? Will you remember and call on who I am? Utaini kieta, utukotani shiatu, uku, utaniyana, sin shunokoto, yena siena ko, yena su. Staying with the breath, continuing to breathe. As Saint Germain of the violet flame now begins to flow and filter the violet flame down through our crown as it begins to funnel and vortex through the crown center and down to the third eye. The violet flame sweeps, transmutes, and transfigures all energy space that touches into harmonics and pureness as it travels down the base to the throat chakra, down to the heart chakra, sweeping and clearing to the solar plexus. The flame begins to boost. Begins to amplify our sensual connection with life, with the sacred. And then it makes its way firmly, transmuting and cleansing the base root chakra. The violet flame travels down the legs, makes its way into the earth. Now a second layer waterfalls down from above, from the Ascended Master's dimension of light, from Saint Germain. This time, instead of going down the crown, it begins to make its way all around our energy field. It begins to float and cover our whole entire aura, violet flame. Staying with the breath. Our final affirmation that you may repeat out loud or inside your mind at your own free will. I am remembering that I am connected to the divine. I am a co-creator within the. I am the universe itself. I open up my permissions, my guides, my angels, my higher self. I have access to this in every and all moments, no matter the degree of experience. Ashe. Staying with the breath as we now begin to make our way consciously to our physical body, opening our eyes, moving our body, and being in our physical environment. How are we all feeling out there? How are we all feeling? Feeling? I know I feel like I'm about to go sit in the sun for a minute after this. Go surrender to nature. You almost fell asleep. I love that. You know, I seem to have that touch of elegance that is able to bring people very easily into REM state, bring people into a state of astral travel and physical rest. It's very powerful, and I'm really grateful for it. Beautiful and peaceful. Yeah, you're welcome to all of you. Thank you guys all for being here. And thank you to Goddess once again for inviting you guys. Feel free to follow, subscribe on YouTube, and keep on flowing with me. I stay consistent, and I'm live multiple days a week. Very intentional, very conscious spaces. All about self-empowerment, being demonstrative, hands-on, giving the tools and the knowledge to be able to be applied and to be integrated and tangible for us. That is my intentions. That is what I do. I bridge community. I give spaces for people to shine their gifts, to shine their stories and light, so we can all bridge. Hydration check again. Make sure you guys drink plenty of water today after such energy movement. And make sure you clear out any loose debris that's in your field after this. Whether it's smudging yourself, getting into nature, getting into some water, taking a shower. Make sure you guys clean out any debris that could be loose or any layers that could be in your shadows. Or if you need to spend extra time going inward, please do that, Do I work with other chakras other than the 7? Yes. So typically I teach and I work with the 7 and the 12 chakra system. That is where I've been guided to focus on for now. A large majority of us in this human population haven't even mastered our 7 chakras yet. So for me, I've been guided to start at the basics and help people get the basics down of their 7 human physical chakras, and then to get people into the 12, because the 12 is more of your energy body. It's more of your light body self. And if your physical body self isn't even in alignment, if it isn't clear and attuned, then it's just going to be a whole mess trying to work with your 12 chakras, because you're not going to have a healthy vessel or a healthy container for the 12 chakras to be able to even integrate into your physical human life. But we also got to keep in mind too that, we're in a continuous journey, continuous octave fluctuation. And our chakras are never just going to be set to being balanced all day, every single day. Like, our chakras are going to be altering by moment. You could be feeling really balanced right now, but then in an hour from now, you can have a conflict happen with your partner or your family member. And the next thing you know, your root chakra and your sacral chakra is all disoriented. So keep in mind, there's no destinations about this stuff. We're in a continuous motion of ever change and fluctuation. A little bit of Palo Santo to help you guys clear out any debris and open up any new energy portals for us. With the violet feather. May we remember our connection. May we remember our connection to the divine always. It is up to us, it is up to you, it is up to me to continuously recall that connection, to consent to our guidance, to open up to our higher perception and reality. It is up to you, not me for you, not you for me, not your mom, not your dad, not your kids doing it for you. You got to consent to your own space. You got to open up to your guides, your higher self, source. Because you're the one that is in the driver's seat of this vehicle that you're in. And how beautiful is that? That's how much power we have. That's how much empowerment the Creator has given us. That we get to make all these individual sovereign choices for ourselves. And we've been given this, we haven't even been utilizing the gift. Instead, some of us have been trashing it, destroying it, poisoning it, filling it with toxins and pollutes, limitations, false beliefs, and all these different things. So from my heart, like truly from my heart right now, I express this to you. Please stop harming yourself. Please stop escaping. Please stop filling yourself with poisons and pollutants, especially when you keep getting the message. You keep getting the reminder from friends, community, family. Take those steps into the healthier ways of life. If you need guidance, you want a conscious figure to help you, I'm one of them. Reach out. I don't charge much at all for my services, and I'm here for you guys. I do offer life coaching and life guidance. I help with many other things as well. You guys can check out the link on my page, and you can look at all my services I have to offer. But yeah, I just want to finish this with this type of message, truly from my heart, human to human. Stop playing games with ourselves. Stop thinking it's all fun and funny. Just keep on doing the toxic and poisonous things that we're doing. The joke is on you. Like, if you think it's a joke on everybody else, the joke is on you. You're the one that has to sit with this hell human being based off of your choices that you keep playing around with. You got children, family, loved ones, community, coworkers that love you, see the value of your presence, your health, and you will not always be here. So just really, I invite you to think about that. Because if we continue along certain pathways, next thing you know, tomorrow we can have cancer. Next thing you know, we have diabetes. Next thing you know, we're not able to walk any longer. Next thing you know, we're having heart attacks and seizures. When this stuff can all be prevented by stepping up and taking accountability of our health. Excuses only go so far. Your money. Can you take some of those expenses and then use that money to invest in your health? Do you need to buy junk food, candy, so processed drinks and foods? Do you need to go out to eat multiple times a week? Do you need to buy extra clothes, extra shoes, extra purses? Is all necessary. Think about that if you are. And think about how you can divert that money into your health and well-being. If there's a will, there is a way. And that is how it will be always. There is a will, there is a way. We can either focus on solutions and growth, or we can focus on limitations and problems. It's calling to me. Something is calling to me. Something is calling to me. Something is calling to me. Ooh-wee, baby, here we go. I thought it was over, but then the divine was like, we're just making our way through to the next phase. Now it's time for me to elevate your brain waves with a little bit of the Tibetan Book of the Dead. This is what was calling the Tibetan ancestors. See what the Tibetan ancestors got for us. What's up, Tibetan ancestors? Calling in? Okay. The ancestors want me to play a little bit of Tibetan healing music while I'm reading. Thank you, Goddess. Appreciate your donation. For anybody else out there that wants to donate, feel free. I appreciate it. It's on that ticker down at the bottom, or I can send you the info. I'm out here Mondays and Fridays for Rising with Ra, Wednesdays and Sundays for Ascending Beyond Limitations Raw Material Book Study. So we're going to play a little bit of Tibetan healing music while I read this intuitive message out of the book, and then we'll be out of here. Oh, nice. You have the Egyptian book right next to you. It's like my Bible, the Egyptian Book of the Dead. My God, I love it. Okay. Let's see what we got. Welcome, Lunar Queen. Good to see you. Ah, boy. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Okay. Within. This is page 76 for anybody that could possibly have this book or in the future may. And this is on the Tibetan art of dying. So we have here, within the stable subjective sense of being, a subtle body of channels and centers, energies and drops. You concentrate all your energy at the navel center, at a red hot seed, soluble, visualized there with great vividness and stability. Heat blazes from it and shoots up the central set. Oh man, we're talking about the chakras, and we're directly talking about the sacral right now. The navel center, or right below the navel, that is your sacral, your orange energy center, which is your primary connection to your emotional energy. It is your primary connection to your sexual life force energy, your vitality, your kundalini, your creative feminine energy. So I'm gonna start that over again. Man, I love this. Okay. Like, how cool is that? That I never once knew that there were chakras mentioned in this book. And this is where we turn to with spirit. Man, I love patience. I was about to end the live and everything, and I just sat there and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling something. Gotta listen, man. Gotta listen. Anyhow, so within the stable, subjective sense of being a subtle body of channels and centers, energies and drops. See, now this is stuff that I've been talking about is like we are energy. We are energy and vibration. We have an energy body. And then within our energy body, we have energy centers or energy wheels. These are our chakras. Meridian points are also part of that as well. If you guys want to go deeper into the full in-depth teaching and all of the information regarding these layers and how they function and how to become more conscious and develop a relationship with self, I have a whole entire series on the YouTube channel you can check out, the Light Body Awareness 101, where I go in depth about the chakras, the light body, grounding, energy cords, all of it in the series. Check it out on the YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. Go under playlist, Light Body Awareness 101, and give me feedback. I'd love to see your comments, what you guys have questions about. Appreciate all of you guys. And continuing. Within the stable subjective sense of being a subtle body of channels and centers, energies and drops, you concentrate all your energy at the navel center, the sacral, on a red-hot seed syllable, visualized there with great vividness and stability. Heat blazes from it and shoots up the central channel, which is your kundalini, your spine. It shoots up that channel. You raise your kundalini. You raise your life force vitality. When the consciousness structuring drops, melt down from the brain center and permeates the throat center, you experience ecstasy and voidness. Okay. Now it's saying when you raise that kundalini, that sacral fire, all the way up to the crown, and then you start to ignite and initiate the different parts within the brain that hold our chemicals and beautiful special crystalline compounds that are inside the brain. You then start activating what can be referenced as the Christos fluid, as well as other names, and that starts to drip down your spine. And this is your Christ consciousness taking place and happening within your human being. So when they melt further and descend, okay, here. When the consciousness structuring drops and melts down from the brain center and permeates through the throat center, you experience ecstasy and voidness. When they melt further and descend to the heart center, you experience supreme ecstasy and extreme voidness. When they reach the navel center, you experience intense ecstasy and great voidness. When they reach the genital center, which is the root chakra, You experience orgasmic ecstasy and universal voidness. You are immersed in clear light, here called the metaphoric clear light. You then experience the four ecstasies and four voidness in the reverse order. As the energies and drops move back up gradually through the navel, through the heart, reverse order orgasmic ecstasy emerges with universal emptiness a second time. The four ecstasies are summarized in figure 11. Love it. Gotta get that orgasmic flow going. A lot of us have been depriving ourselves from orgasmic connection with life. A lot of us have been dulling out our senses, dulling out our emotions, not allowing ourselves to feel the depth, stimulation, and ecstasy of being alive in the moment, being able to have divineness flowing through your being. That is cosmic orgasmic energy in itself, what you are made of and are. And sometimes it's about embracing that, opening yourself up to that, not suppressing it, not rejecting it, but allowing that to flow through you and really feeling that, dancing with it a little bit, voicing some light language a little bit, making some music, creating, doing the things that you love. Allow yourself to feel that. Sometimes we get so stuffed up and get so comfortable being stuffed up that we forget how beautiful it is to flow, how beautiful it is to feel the ecstasy, to feel the orgasmic connection of life. And for all of you guys that think orgasms and orgasmic is just about sex, man, I'm telling you, there's some ways out there you may want to look into. But there are some ways that can get you way beyond and way ascended beyond a very temporary few second orgasm in the physical. There are so many spiritual, mental, energetic, orgasmic ways that you can connect with your partner and loved ones and others that are just poof, man, I'm telling you. Tantra yoga. Try out some Tantra yoga with your partner before going into lovemaking. That is a whole different experience. You open up your energy centers, you open up blockages, and then you also mold your chakra connection and energetic connection. And then with that boosts and amplifies anything within the physical realm. Powerful stuff. And then you can go a step further and start really becoming conscious of, how do I use this to heal my partner? How do I use this to heal myself? And that's just a whole nother level of all of it as well, is bringing that focus, bringing that intention of healing the chakras, clearing out traumas through orgasmic connections, whether it is a sexual connection or an orgasmic connection mentally or spiritually. So I guess I'll leave off here with going over the 4, because there are 4 where is it? Okay, the 4 ecstasies. So in figure 11, these are the 4 ecstasies. It is subtle body movement of the brain to the throat to the heart to the navel to the genital. So the brain to the throat is for ecstasy. The throat to the heart is for supreme. The heart to the navel is for intense. The navel to genital is for orgasmic. These are all different types of ecstasies to experience. Next, we have the voidness. So from the brain to the throat, voidness. From the throat to the heart, extreme. And then from the navel to the genital, universal. And I'll be honest, I'm not really sure what that means. So then reverse movements. From the brain to the throat, genital to navel, throat to heart, navel to heart to navel, heart to throat, then navel to genital, throat to brain. So yeah, those are the 4 different ecstasies that they talk about here in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And a beautiful intuitive reading assisted by our divine guides of Tibetan ancestors that were calling at the last moment in this live. Had absolutely no plan of pulling that out. But wow, what a beautiful, beautiful reminder and message for us to close out in this episode of Rising with Ra. So for everybody, you can on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you want to watch it in full and nice, clean version, I highly would recommend YouTube. Please send it out. Any of your brothers and sisters, children, family, community that could do very well from a space like this. I appreciate all that share and spread the light and spread what I do, as these spaces are for us to be able to heal, come together, and become more aware of ourselves so we can be our best versions together. Appreciate all of your support. And then I'll be live on Wednesday for the next episode of Ascending Beyond Limitations with Sandy Marshall, the raw material. And then Friday, I will be live for the next Rising with Ra, as we will begin our 12th chakra journey into the Earth Star chakra. And if you're someone that would like to be a guest here on Rising, reach out to me and let me know. And sit together and see if you resonate to be a sacred royal guest on one of the episodes. I'm just really marinating in this right now. Just really marinating in this energy. Final reminders. Break some patterns today. Set a goal. What's one pattern that you could break today that has been causing resistance in your life? What's one pattern that you can write down or take a reflection at and take some steps to break today? Start restructuring some new habits and patterns. Or if there's something that you haven't taken that step with, that you know has been calling, passion, service, creating, removing of something, take that step today. Let today be that day for you. I trust in your crown chakra. Trust in your connection with the divine, your higher self. I know you're capable. Just try to build today. Do something constructive. Try not to stay complicated in the head about what to do or how you're going to do it or when, or take the actions from a micro to macro level. It all helps. It all builds towards what you're building towards. Getting that motion going is so key. So easy to stay stuck in the head. But man, when we get that motion going, things just start unfolding. Domino effect. Find ways to ground today, especially after activations. Get that sunlight a little bit as you can, whether it's just standing out on the porch, have some bare feet. And then lastly, remember to hydrate yourself. Cleanse yourself well and support yourself nutritionally. Love you guys. I will see you again soon. Wellness and balance love.